with me Amit Agarwal, author and AVP, Sales and Business Development in Manthan Systems. As a salespreneur, he believes that sales is social entrepreneurship. As a mindpreneur, he's very curious about harnessing the unlimited potential of the human mind. He will share his knowledge on emotional quotient, one simple secret for fulfillment and abundance in sales. I request everyone to get a pen and paper. You would require it during the course of session. Also, attending this webinar via headphones would be preferable. You'll enjoy more with your headphones. This will be a very interactive session, so ask questions anytime during the webinar and Amit will try to cater most of them after his presentation. Also, please leave your feedback to enable me to tailor-made the future sessions as per your requirements. Welcome, Amit, and over to you.
Thank you, Ankita. Can you hear me, Ankita and folks? If yes, then just type Y in your chat box. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay. So let's start with a poll, Ankita. What does emotional quotient EQ mean for a person? Let's start with the poll. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Here goes the first poll question. Yeah. What does emotional quotient mean for a person? These are the three options.
Go ahead, please. Take your time and just choose one option. Yeah.
The first is in all situations.
Yeah, the first option is ability to react sensitively and equanimously in all situations. Be very emotional towards every person. A very intelligent and sharp person. Yeah. Just give them a moment, Ankita, as I see a lot of people joining. Yeah.
Sure. Shall I close it now, Amit?
Yeah, just give 10 seconds more and then you can.
All right, closing the first poll question. 90% goes for they are going for the first option, ability to react sensitively. 2% says be very emotional towards every person. 7% a very intelligent and sharp person.
Okay, thank you very much for everybody for sharing their responses. So let's, generally they say whatever majority says is correct. So let's see. And that is the case in this example as well. So emotional intelligence, there's a definition I have taken from ucm.ca, which is a pioneer organization in symbolic language and mindfulness. And they define EQ as follows. Emotional intelligence is our human ability to perceive and understand beyond form and to behave and react sensitively in all circumstances, situations, events, towards everyone and everything, people, objects, etc., that we may encounter by relying on our conscious and unconscious memories and the positive and negative emotional charges contained in them. So, you can see the words which I have specifically highlighted, sensitively, and the conscious and unconscious memories. If you really see, we human beings are nothing but bundle of memories, some of them which we are aware, some of them which we are not, unconscious. And that together forms the EQ part. So with that, let's also reflect why EQ is very effective and powerful. Has it something to do with the mind? And yes, the answer is it is more powerful because it addresses subconscious mind. And as you might heard you might have heard that the conscious mind is 10% and subconscious mind is 90%. I have used an iceberg to demonstrate that. The subconscious mind is nothing but memories, feelings, habit patterns. So example would be, suppose you are doing cycling. You would have done cycling in your childhood, but even after 20 years you can cycle, isn't it? Because that is a habit pattern and memory in your subconscious mind. So that is the reason why EQ is very powerful, because it addresses this part of the mind which is more bigger and powerful. Are you with me till now? Yes or no? I would appreciate if you folks respond in that way. I would know whether we are in the same flow or not. Yeah.
Yes, Amit.
Sure. Excellent. Okay, so with that, now let's look at why both EQ and IQ are needed for sales excellence. So IQ, you understand, intelligent quotient, so sales process, new age prospecting, demand generation, new items, all storytelling, all these skills which are part of IQ. Correct? Why both are needed? So let's look at another example. So, when you go to somebody's house, imagine this kind of house, such a beautiful house, isn't it? So that is like external, that is like IQ. And the internal part of the house is also beautiful. See, that is the EQ. So in such a case, if you go to somebody's house where outside of the house is beautiful, inside of the house is beautiful, that is the balance between IQ and EQ. So you would find it useful, isn't it? Now imagine the other situation. The IQ, which is external part of the house, is beautiful. Internal part of the house is messy, like that. Would you like that? If you go to such house, would you feel welcome in such a house? What would you say? Yes or no? If you could please reply on the chat window. What would you say?
Audience are saying no, never.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ankita. So in that case, this is the part which we are talking about, EQ, which is the same thing in sales. So now, to reflect this emotional quotient for excellence in sales, I have used a framework which was given in my book in chapter 2, The Ultimate Sales Accelerator, which basically divides needs into two categories: service needs and unserviced needs. Okay? This structure can be used for need analysis in any case. In this case, I am using it for emotional quotient. So let's look at them one by one. So the first is known needs that are made for sales for emotional quotient. So you have a job, you have colleagues. So these are required. So these are known needs, and therefore they are met. So these are part of your EQ. Known needs not met. For some of you, the role which you are doing in sales may not be the role which you want. You might be in demand generation. You want to be in in customer success, or vice versa. Security aspect: is the job secure in current times? Praise: are you getting praise from your seniors or your peers? These are the known needs that may not have been met. Are you with me? Because it's important to understand the structure. Are you with me till now? Yes or no? Just please type yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So then let's go to the third area, which is no needs but resistance to change. So you have heard the word empathy, which has gained perhaps the most important word in last 3 months. Patience always has been. Meditation, something which we know, yet it is interesting that how many of us practice. And this is one area which I would, when Ankita was mentioning about the mindfulness or mindpreneur aspects, this is one aspect which has helped me a lot. So I practice Vipassana, which is a quite interesting experience, because you have to go 10 days to practice Vipassana, where there is no phone, there is complete silence, and the only thing which you do is around 13 hours of meditation every day. So in 10 days, you do around 130 hours of meditation in silence. Your food is also quite normalized, and the only person is yourself. So something which is quite profound. Similarly, embracing uncomfort. Some of the things which I mentioned about meditation, silence, all of that is about embracing uncomfort. Self-praise sometimes is misinterpreted, whereas here we are talking about thinking positively about our own self. So the last part of this is unknown needs. So unknown needs are, what is the larger cause for which you are in sales? Are you in a attitude of gratitude? Are you using visualization for sales? How are you talking to yourself? Self-talk. Do you practice forgiveness? Somebody has said something, your colleague, your client, or even family member. What is happening? Storytelling. One thing. Service mindset. Do you consider sales as a profession or as an act of service? Anchor. These are, can you anchor resourceful states? Can you, on demand, in difficult situations, do something where you can harness resourceful states on demand? That is called anchoring. The 3S is called Shraddha, Sabri, Sadhana, which is, as you know, Shraddha is faith, Sabri is patience, and Sadhana is disciplined action. And law of resonance, which means that anything which is happening with us, positive or negative, some percentage of it exists within us. So if boss is shouting, sometimes we blame the boss. If deal is not coming or deal is not moving at the right space, there is some percentage of it because of which we are attracting. Now, this is a lot of information, correct? Now, already 10 minutes are over. In next 35 minutes, we can't cover all of this. So therefore, we have chosen the 3 most important items, which is this: gratitude mindset, visualization, and self-talk / self-praise. So we will be covering these 3 together. Are you with me till now? Folks, are you with me? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, this is very profound. The inspiration from this session was always there. I had covered this in my book also. In one particular 3 weeks before, when I was taking this for your story, one person sent me a note that I have read all the books, I practice right things, yet I am not able to close deals. So that was quite emotional when he said, and the answer was EQ, that you can do everything in IQ. You can be the best prospecting person, best closer, yet it will not close. And then it comes to that inside of the house. So we have a lot of items to address in the house, which are these. We have picked the higher priority ones, which is this. And with that, we will start with gratitude. There will be exercises in this. There will be time given for each of the exercises. So please participate in them, because only when you participate in the exercise, it will be beneficial for you. Are you with me? Are you willing to participate in the exercises? Yes or no, please? Please type. I would appreciate a yes if it is possible.
Yes, yes, Amit, all of them, they're saying yes,
Thank you
audience
very
are
much. Thanks, Ankita. So with gratitude, let's pick the first one, gratitude. And if you just take this one thing from this entire session, this has changed my life. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. First of all, I'm sure you would have heard about it in the past. Do you agree with it or disagree? Yes or no? Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. What would you say? Yes or no?
agreed, yes. Most of
So this is,
Rajan is saying no.
so
I'm not
Raja,
so sure.
hold on to your, it's good to
Santosh is saying can't say.
can't say. Yeah, absolutely. So let's look at the next portion, by which by the end of the session, I hope you would be able to say yes. uh, Ankita, this is the time when you can share that video link. So folks, we will be playing a video in the next slide. If it plays well for you, because it is live streaming, then no problem. What Ankita is also doing is she's giving you that link in the chat window. If it doesn't play, then you can click on it and see it yourself, correct? So Ankita, you can share the
Yes,
chat.
I've shared the
So I
first
will play
video.
the video now. and I will pause it after 3 minutes.
Okay, what can you do right now to begin to turn your life around? I'll tell you 2 or 3 things. Start making a list of things to be grateful for. Start with that, because this shifts your energy. It starts to shift your thinking. Where before this exercise, you might be focusing on what you don't have, and you might be focusing on your complaints, and you might be focusing on whatever the problems are. When you do this exercise, you start to go in a different direction. You start to be grateful for all the things that you feel good about.
Gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life.
Every man knows that when his wife's appreciating him for the little things he does, what does he want to do? He wants to do more. It's always about appreciation. It pulls things in. It attracts support.
I've said for many years that whatever we think about and think about, we bring about.
Because that's that feeling that you have to have, you know. And so for me, it's been such a powerful exercise every morning to get up and say thank you. Every morning when my feet hit the floor, thank you. And then I start running through what I'm grateful for as I'm going to brush my teeth and do the things I do in the morning. And I'm not just thinking about them and doing some rote routine, but I'm putting it out there and I'm feeling the feelings of gratitude.
Because as soon as you start to feel differently about what you already have, you will start to attract more of the good things, more of the things you can be grateful for. Because you can look around and say, well, look, I don't have the car I want. I don't have the house I want. I don't have the health I want. I don't have the spouse I want. Oh, back up, back up. Those are all the things you don't want. Focus on what you already have that you're grateful for. And it might be you have the eyes to watch this. It might be the clothes that you have. Yes, you might prefer something else, and you might get something else pretty soon if you start feeling grateful for what you have.
I think everybody goes through times when they say, oh man, things aren't working right, or things are going bad. And there were some things going on in my family, and I found a rock. I was just sitting here holding this rock. You might see me carrying around. I found a rock. I stuck it in my pocket. And I said, you know what? Every time I touch this rock, I'm going to think of something that I'm grateful for. And so every morning when I get up in the morning, I pick it up off the dresser, I put it in my pocket, and I go through the things that I'm grateful for. At night, what do? You empty your pocket. And there it is again. And I've had some different experiences with that. I've had some amazing experiences. I had a guy from South Africa, and every time he saw me drop it, he said, what is that? Well, what's that? I explained it to him, so he started calling it a gratitude rock. Gratitude rock. 2 weeks later, I got an email from him from South Africa. He said, my son is dying from a rare disease, type of hepatitis. He said, would you send me 3 gratitude rocks? No, they're just rocks I found off the street, you know? So I said, sure. I had to make sure that the rocks were very special. And so I went out to the stream, looked, picked out the right rocks, and sent them off to him. 4 or 5 months later, I get an email from him. And my son's better. He's doing terrific. And he said, but you need to know something. He says, we've sold over 1,000 rocks at $10 a piece as gratitude rocks, and we raised all this money for charity. Thank you very much. And so it's very important to be in an attitude of gratitude, as I call it.
I hope you were able to hear to that or view the video. Was it possible? Yes or no? The video?
Devesh, Puneet, Mayur, Santosh, all are saying yes. Yes, Aarti, Ankit. Thank you, everyone. They all are saying yes.
Thank you. So basically, gratitude results in happiness, and what can happiness result in? This is a research from Harvard Business Review, which says happiness raises nearly every business and educational outcome, even sales, by 37%. Okay. Now here is the part where we do the exercise. So I will give you 90 seconds. The music will play and you will have to write. Please do this because this is the most important part of it. You know, you have to choose 3 things that you are grateful in your sales career or professional career. You can write it this way or you can write it any way. I am deeply grateful for whatever that thing because it has, or you can write it as thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful for this. I will start. Is the instruction clear? Is the instruction clear of doing only 3 items and you will get 90 seconds? I will say start when I and you will in a moment. But is the instruction clear? Yes or no?
Yes, Amit.
Okay, excellent. So I'll play the music. Start. Last 5 seconds. Okay. So were you able to write 3 items, yes or no, which you are grateful for in your sales career? Were you able to write yes or no?
Puneet is saying yes. Devesh is saying no. Only 2 he was able to write.
That's okay.
Prakash is
That's
saying
okay. I
yes.
understand. Even 1 is more than enough. Let me change my question. Were you able to write at least 1?
Yes, this is yes for most of the folks.
So is it okay, if you, because by sharing things get multiplied, if it is okay for some of you to share what you are grateful for, if you could put in that window, it will inspire others as well. If it is okay, please.
Ganesh is saying I'm deeply grateful for all the mistakes I've done, because of which I could correct and be a better resourceful person that I am.
Wonderful. Thanks, Ganesh, for sharing. Yeah, I think mistakes and failures, if they were not there, we will not grow. Thanks for sharing, Ganesh. Yeah. Anybody else?
Sachin is saying I'm deeply grateful for sales career because it allows me to meet different people and understand their business and personal mindset.
Wonderful. Yeah, it echoes my sentiments also. Thanks, Sachin. Yeah. Anybody else?
Bhuvendra says I'm deeply grateful for achieving all my sales target because the
Wow.
atmosphere was conducive.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing, Ankita. In the interest of time, we'll move on. But it's nice to see, participation and sharing. Thank you. So, what another form of gratitude, which is quite famous, is gratitude journal, because writing, it is proven that, as you can see, I have given you one format. You can choose to change any specific format. I have chosen this format, which is addressing, one is 3, the other is area of life. So 3 things I am grateful for in my personal life, professional life, financial life, spiritual life, sales career. Are you with me? You can change this to, if you don't want all 5, you can start with 3. You can also start with only sales career. Since it was a gratitude journal, I recommended all of them, because when you put just 3 items, suddenly what happens is it starts multiplying. So with that, let's go to this poll. This is an interesting poll. What it does is, for practicing gratitude, which one item will you start with? So it will give you various options. Now you will have to pick one options which you are saying you will do. So with that, Ankita, I would request you to please take the poll live.
Sure. The second poll question, I'm launching it. For practicing gratitude, which one item will you start with? Say 3 things you are grateful before sleeping. Daily gratitude journal, a gratitude lamp, gratitude rock, a gratitude jar.
Yeah, a gratitude jar is a jar in which you put chits of gratitude every day. Gratitude rock, you know the video. Gratitude lamp is like a diya or a lamp which you are putting, wherever you want, or if in your holy place, and expressing gratitude journal, and 3 things before sleeping and after is, it could be any 3 things which you are grateful for. So please go ahead. Ankita, in next 20 seconds, you can close the poll, yeah?
Sure. Closing the poll question now. 66% says 3 things. 66% says 3 things you are grateful before going to sleep. 25% says daily gratitude journal. 7% goes for they are going for gratitude lamp. 0% for the rock, and 2% for the gratitude jar.
Excellent. I think this is whatever choice you have chosen, it is perfect. We are in the era of personalization. So whatever suits you, you have chosen. You can pick that and execute it. The result would be same, which is great. So with that, I would also recommend this book, which is the book called The Magic, which is each chapter of this has a gratitude exercise, something which I think I did around 6-7 years before and changed my way of thinking and the importance of gratitude. So apart from the exercise which you just did here in the poll, you can also, if you feel, you can use this book. At least start with that one practice, whatever you chose in the previous poll. With that, we will go to visualization. So are you with me till here? We have just covered one. We have to go to the second one now. Before I go, are you with me? Is the flow good? Yes or no? Are you able to go with the flow here?
Yes, Amit, Prakash, Aarti, Babita.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
Abhishek,
So,
yes.
Okay, excellent. So again, Ankita, you can, put the video link. So this is a video. It's a very interesting video from Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is a legendary swimmer, who won, I think, if I am correct, 28 gold medals or something closer to that in Olympics. And he used to practice visualization before or every day, which made his swimming automated. So he and his coach. This is the video of he and his coach. I will play it now. Ankita, you have shared the link?
Yes, I have.
I'll play the video now.
We start with relaxation techniques and putting your mind in a place where you can actually visualize effectively. I know when Michael was young, I gave his mom a book of progressive relaxation, and before he would go to bed at night, she would go in and read this progression of things to do, like clench your fists, take you through
like you work through your
whole body. And actually it got so good, she just opened the book, say 2 things, and he'd be asleep. And he got really good at relaxing. So once you can put yourself in a relaxed state, then I tell them it's like watching a movie. So it's essentially what it is. Sometimes it's like you're sitting in the stands watching yourself swim. And sometimes it's like you're in the water swimming. The key to visualization is, number one, it has to be very vivid. It has to be rehearsed many, many times. And the reason it works is because the brain cannot distinguish between something that's really vividly visualized and something that's real. So by the time Michael steps up on the block to swim a race in a World Championships or Olympic Games, he's swum that race hundreds of times in his mind before he gets up there. So then when he gets up, all he has to do is put everything down, and it goes on autopilot. His body automatically knows what to do. The brain just switches into what he's visualized. And that's what's really powerful about visualization.
When I would visualize, it would be what you want it to be, what you don't want it to be, what it could be.
Yeah.
So it's like you're always ready for anything that comes your way. So it's like if I would have a suit rip, fine, I need another suit, put it on. You know, like any small thing that could go wrong, I'm ready for it.
So I hope you were able to watch this video. So the question is, what's the one thing that connected with you the most in this video? What is the one word or sentence or any one takeaway you have from this video? Could you please share in the chat window?
Abhishek is saying self-motivating.
Okay.
Devesh says complete awareness. Abhishek is saying being resourceful. Pallavi is going for visualization.
Yeah.
Shadav is going for vivid visualization. Jitendra again for visualization. Tanveer virtually rehearsing for the big day.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
Babita is focused on results. Kalyani again is saying visualization.
Sure,
Nehal is saying
sure.
being ready for whatever comes your way, what you want it to be and what you don't want it to be, what it really could be.
Yeah, excellent. So Ankita, thanks for sharing. Thanks everybody for sharing your points. I would want to bring to your attention one point which is very clear. If you understand that, then your sales deal will become automated or nearly automated. He said that brain, when you do vivid visualization, brain can't distinguish between what is visualized or what is real. Do you get the drift of that? When you do vivid visualization, you are in that moment. Then brain can't distinguish between what is visualized and what is real. So this I have practiced from quite some time, even from my personal life and professional life. Working in startups, it is not easy. You know, you have competition, you have sometimes optimal resources, sometimes various other things, you know, and yet, you know, you have to create epic sales. So it is not only about IQ, it is about using these things. Personally, I have used them always, and it has worked. Right? So something which I would recommend, remember this one line: brain can't distinguish between what is visualized or what is real, because what is visualized becomes real. So those are the metaphysical aspects of life, or you can call it sales, which are typically not told anywhere. You know, I hope therefore if you understand this, you can use it both in your life and of course in sales. So this is the exercise. First, we will do a live exercise. You will have to close your eyes for that. Not now. First, I will give you the steps. Then I will do it again. You know. So when I say start, then you close your eyes. You know, you will have to follow my instructions. So first I will give you the steps. You know, it's not the exercise right now. The first step is music plays. The second I will tell you. So please close your eyes. Here you close your eyes. Not now. Right now, keep them open. Then I will tell you to breathe gently and deeply, 3 breaths. You just have to, after you close your eyes, you have to just hear what I'm saying. I will guide you. Then I would say, pick one specific sales deal you want to close. Pick one deal, sales deal. Then I would ask you, why is it important for you and your company? Think about it. Then I would say, thank the client and everybody internally who has supported you in this deal till now. Then I would say, imagine you have received the signed contract for this deal. Experience it. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? I would say, take your time, because this is the most important moment. And then Thank the client, your team, and the universe who has helped you get this deal. Whenever you feel complete, you may gently open your eyes. Are you clear with the exercise instruction? This is important because this will be done eyes closed. Are you clear, or is there any doubt? Please type yes or no, because when I start, then it will be eyes closed. Yeah.
Yes, it's clear. All good. Clear.
Okay. So, please take your time. I will be as slow as possible. So the moment I say start and you start hearing music, then you just hear my words. When I say close eyes, then you close eyes, and then I will guide you. So with that, best wishes. Let's start this powerful visualization exercise. Please close your eyes gently. As you close your eyes, now take a deep breath in very gently. Now take another breath in very slowly, as slow as possible. Breathe out very gently. Each gentle breath is relaxing you. Take the third gentle and deep breath very slowly. Now you are relaxed. In this relaxed state, pick one specific sales deal or account you really want to close. Pick that. Take your moment and pick that account or deal. Why is this account, this deal important for you? Why is it important for your company? In this relaxed state with eyes closed, reflect on it. Let whatever is coming come to you. Why is it important? Why is this deal important for your company? Now you understand the reason why you need it. Now in this, right now, whatever progress has been made, thank your client for that, and everyone who has supported you in this deal till now, your colleagues, anybody else who has supported you. Thank each one of them. Take a moment. In this state of gratitude, now imagine you have received the signed contract for this deal. You have it in your hands. Experience it. What do you see? How does it look like? Do you hear anything? What do you feel? Take your time. This is the most powerful moment for you when you have received the contract. Experience it. Experience the environment. What is happening? What are you doing as you see the contract in your hands? What are others doing with you? How do you feel? Take your time. This very powerful state of achievement. Thank your client and your team and universe or higher power who has helped you get this deal, important deal. Thank each one of them. As you in this state of achievement and gratitude. Take your time whenever you feel complete. Gently and at your own pace, you may open your eyes. I hope everybody is back. How was your experience? Was it good? Yes or no? Were you able to visualize? How was your experience? I see Devesh saying satisfying, great. Jitendra, good. Kalyani, okay, wonderful. Mohammed, Frankish, good. Sudhakar, awesome. Thank you, Sudhakar. Abhishek, awesome. Oh, Ramu says new experience, and Bhuvnesh is delighted. Excellent. Yeah, this is very powerful, folks. Remember, he said brain can't distinguish between what is visualized or what is real. Thank you, Jaya. Nice. So if we practice this very regularly, then what would happen is that deal will happen. If it is for your highest good, it will happen. If it is for your highest good, it will happen. Yeah. So I hope, were you able to recognize the power of visualization? Yes or no? We just did one exercise. Were you able to experience it live, the power of it? Okay, excellent. Thank you. With that, what is the best time for practicing visualization? What would you say quickly? Because we have to cover one more sutra. What is the best time for practicing visualization? Yeah, actually, any time is good. However, the 2 times which is most powerful is before going to bed, somebody just said, and just waking up. Why is that? Because remember, I said 90% of human mind is subconscious. And during that time, subconscious mind is activated. And why it is activated is beyond the scope of this presentation. It is brain waves. There is specific wave patterns which are active during that time. It is called alpha and theta state. Now, as I said, it is out of scope of this. Just remember, during that time, just before going to bed or just waking up, before coming out of the bed, this is the best time to practice visualization. Even Michael Phelps, your mother, was doing it, if you recall, in the night, because as you sleep, that keeps playing in your subconscious mind. Yeah. Okay. So with that, we are on the third, self-talk and self-praise for building self-esteem. So this is the video I will play. Ankita, you can please, put the video link. I will play. Let me know once you have done, Ankita.
Sure. Yes, I've done, Amit.
It always amazes me and saddens me too that so many people I see put so much effort into trying to make someone love them by trying to change. When if they put half that effort into loving themselves, they would attract so much love. You see, when you're trying to change yourself, that means you must be criticizing yourself. I'm going to punish my body so it looks better. I'm going to put myself down in the hope that I will get better. I'm going to look at all my flaws and try to get rid of them. Don't be your own worst critic. Be your own best friend. What would you say to a best friend? Darling, you're amazing. Who cares if you got rid of Sally like that? It has nothing to do with how lovable you are. You're a great guy. You're interesting and funny, and any girl would be lucky to have you. You know what you would say to your best friend. Say that to yourself. Do not get sucked into being a critic. So often I work on the radio, maybe I work with a big group, and I always want to give my group a takeaway. I want to give the audience something, some little thing they can do straight away that I know will change their life. And I always say to them, do not let in destructive criticism. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel bad about yourself. Instead of criticizing yourself, praise yourself. I know for a fact there is nothing that can build you up the way self-praise does. Self-praise boosts your self-esteem, and criticism withers it and diminishes it. And good people praise, and people who feel bad about themselves criticize, because critics always have the most criticism reserved for themselves. Don't criticize yourself, praise yourself. Don't.
I hope you were able to watch this video. This is a very famous hypnotherapist author from Britain, Marissa Peer. I have done her course also. Very powerful. So the question is, what's the one thing that connected with you the most in this video? Just please type that. What is the one thing which connected? Be your best friend, Kalyani. Wonderful. You picked the very nice. Yeah. How about others? Respect for yourself, Babita. Yeah. Don't criticize yourself, Babita. Okay, thanks, Babita. Anybody else wants to? What is the one thing that you respect yourself? Yes. Appreciate yourself. Yes. Don't criticize yourself. Yes. Yes, you guys have got the one thing. Now with that, let's go to this. Our intention creates our reality. This is a very famous quote from Wayne Dyer, very famous author and personal growth expert, very, very famous in US. Our intention creates our reality. So the point is, and what fuels our intention is affirmations. So affirmations, and this is the book which I would recommend highly, Expand the Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which defines affirmation is a statement of fact or belief, positive or negative. This is the interesting part. You can have an affirmation which is positive or negative, that tends to lead you towards the end result you expect. Are you clear on the definition of affirmation? Are you clear? I'll show you examples as well. Okay. Now look at some examples. Examples of negative affirmations or self-talk. My deals are not closing. This is in sales. It can be in life as well. Since the session is focused on sales, I am choosing the sales one. The same thing can be happening in life. My deals are not closing. My pipeline is poor and it remains poor. My lead generation team doesn't generate any lead for me. Why does it happen only for me? I'm not making my incentive. This is a very famous one. Can you relate with some of them? Can you relate with some of them? Okay, Puneet says yes. Yes, yeah. So now examples of positive affirmations of self-talk. The first two I've chosen from my book. I'm a thought leader in dash. It could be digital marketing. I'm a thought leader in customer relationship management. I am a thought leader in advanced analytics. Whatever is the space you use. Then second one, I consciously share insights that I find valuable. Ankita, can you mute people? I think there is. I consciously share insight that my clients find valuable. And the third is, these two are from, the third is, as a presenter, I always present things that are of service to my clients. So you understand the drift. Do you get the drift of affirmation? Yes. We'll do an exercise also. Okay. Okay. Now, this is, if you have to take the affirmations to completely different level, this is another way, which is from the book, The Mirror Work, which is whatever you're doing, do in the mirror. So if you are talking that I'm a great public speaker, talk in the mirror, look at yourself. If you are saying I'm a great presenter, talk in the mirror and say. If you're saying, I have a wonderful pipeline and it is growing every day, talk in the mirror. And mirror work is quite profound, because you are you are talking to yourself. When you are hearing that appreciation or self-praise, if you are saying, you're looking at this person, this is you and this is your image, and you're saying you are an awesome salesperson, so there is an self-appreciation happening, as well as it gives a feeling that somebody else is appreciating. It's very powerful. So I do it quite often, and especially after reading this book, Mirror Work. So with this, now let's do the exercise 90-second or earlier, which is identify one negative affirmation that you use quickly, write one positive affirmation that you can use daily in sales, then self-praise. Please write one quality that you really appreciate in yourself in relation to sales. So with that, start, please. Start. Last 10 seconds. Okay, I hope you were able to write it. Can somebody share, any one of them? It would be good if you share with everybody. It will increases commitment, and also sharing increases more participation. Ankita, I can't read. I don't know what has happened. You might have to help me now.
All right. So Devesh says self-praise. I have a good interpersonal relation with clients and colleagues alike.
Very nice.
Sudhakar is saying negative affirmation, less incentives. Jitendra is going for the positive one, saying we shall make client happy.
Yeah.
Prem Kishore is saying deal in halfway. So
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Jaya is saying pipeline is not there. I would get a good lead today. Self-praise. And second, she's saying follow-up.
Excellent.
Sudhakar is going for positive on business from existing clientele.
Yeah. So I think, this, thanks, Ankita. You can use, I'll give you some, use this kind of structure. First of all, use the word I, because you are praising yourself. Or so I am a thought leader in, or whatever. I continuously share insights that my clients find valuable. As a presenter, I always present things that are of service to my clients. Okay. So this is you have to use in first tense. If you are looking in the mirror, you can use I or you. Correct. So you can again complete this exercise more when you go back home. You can check, but this is the power of it. Now, for affirmations to be effective, let's do the third poll quickly. Ankita, the key thing is, what is the one thing for the affirmations to be effective? Go ahead.
So we have 6 more minutes left before we end the session. So yeah, I'm going for the last poll question. Yeah. So yes, I'm launching this. For affirmations to be effective, the key thing is repetition. Do them occasionally.
You can close the poll in 20 seconds.
Sure. Closing the poll question now. Closed. 93% says repetition. 7% do them occasionally.
Yeah, so the main thing is you have to do it daily, so that's the repetition. You have to repeat whatever we talked about. If suppose it is I'm a thought leader in, you have to repeat it, because repetition creates mastery. So with that, we have covered 3 EQ aspects we have covered today: gratitude, visualization, self-talk, and self-praise. And the one thing you can do for adoption is to make them a daily habit, so which I think you can go back to this video recording when Ankita will share with you. Everything is here. You can watch it again and make this as a daily habit. With that, these are the resources which we have shown, the 3 videos and my LinkedIn profile. Ankita, you can copy paste and share with everybody right now.
Sure.
And with that, we have few minutes. If you have 1 or 2 questions, I think I leave it to Ankita. The session was quite interactive, therefore some of the questions might have been covered in the session itself. If you have 1 or 2 questions, we can. Ankita, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so just a second. There's one question by Jaya wherein she's saying, but if we make affirmation, which in reality we know is tough, how would that happen?
Yeah, so so first of all, what happens is, that the word called repetition, what happens is when you start repeating something. For example, if the repetition for me earlier was I have to wake up at 5 a.m. In reality, it was not there. Correct? It was not there. So I have to wake up at 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m. Correct? Then it became my one thing. So although the discomfort is so high, 5 a.m. who will wake up and all? But when you repeat certain things, and and then you marry it with the visualization, that what would happen as you wake up at 5 a.m. What are you doing? You are making that particular affirmation a visual affirmation as well. So once you start making it visually appealing also, just like you did in the exercise, your brain start believing that it is possible. Like for in my case, it was, if I wake up at 5 a.m. what would happen? So I will read books, I will do exercise, all of that. So, and all of that happened. So therefore waking up at 5 a.m. became a habit, and it is no longer an affirmation. So some of it is, once you start doing it, you will start appreciating it. Of course, you also have to read some books, because some of this mentality, thought process comes by being in the proximity of the right people, and that people, if they are not physically possible, some of the books I have mentioned here, you can read them. That will also encourage you. Yes, Ankita, can we take one more question, Ankita, before we end?
Sure. One more question with a quick 1-minute reply, Amit. The question is by Aarti. She's saying, what is the difference between visualization and imagination?
Yeah, so I think, see, in visualization, what is happening is your all senses are getting involved. If you look at it, when I was running that exercise, I said, see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. So if you see, what I'm doing is, when I see is I am the visual aspects, hear auditory aspects, experience or feel, it is the skin or kinesthetic aspects. So the aspect of visualization is that it has to be very vivid, and vivid comes by correlating all the senses, which even I didn't get a chance. Otherwise, I would have said, what did you smell? Nose is also a sense. So that is what happens in visualization. Sometimes the word imagination is lightly used, whereas when you do deep visualization, you have to do all these things. Yes, Ankita, any other question, or we?
Pardon, Amit?
Any
Yeah,
other
I'm
question?
saying that we have many more questions, Amit, but this is already 3:30. So
Okay.
I think we shall close the session because there is another session lying up at.
Sure. So before we end the session, for all of you, my wish for you, which is this: may you harness the emotional quotient within you and be legendary salespreneurs. Thank you very much for attending this session. Thank you, Ankita.
Thank you so much, Amit, for this amazing session. Really refreshing from the hustle bustle of life. A way to reflect in our own selves and be thankful for whatever we have in life. And for the audience, I will meet all of you on 30th of June from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. with a session from the GTM series, Adoption of NLP in Healthcare and Life Sciences Industries, a perspective on next gen of industry. For more details and to register, please visit nasscom.in/events. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amit, for your time and efforts. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation we have had today.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ankita. Thank you to everybody for joining this session. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.